Have you ever felt it? That moment when the storm ends, the weight lifts, but instead of celebration, all you hear is silence. It feels strange, doesn't it? Almost unsettling, like stepping out of thunder into a clear sky, but deep inside, you sense something hidden waiting in the stillness. Chosen one, let me tell you this, that silence is not emptiness. It's not the end of your trial. It's the beginning of a hidden season, and most people never recognize it. In this video, we're going to uncover 7 hidden truths that only appear after the test is over. But here's what makes it urgent. One of them explains why people around you suddenly shift, even those closest to your heart. Another reveals why old wounds you thought were healed suddenly return. And the very last truth, the one most chosen ones completely miss, will change the way you see every storm you've ever survived. But before we go deeper, let me ask you, hasn't this already been happening to you? Haven't you felt that strange quiet? That restless feeling that something is shifting even if you can't explain it? If your spirit says yes, then this word is for you. Pause for a moment. Like this video, subscribe, and type 777 in the comments. Why? Because 777 is the number of divine completion, a declaration that an old chapter has ended and a new one is opening before your eyes. So take a deep breath, because what you're about to hear is not just knowledge, it's the hidden blueprint of why you were tested, why heaven stayed silent, and what has secretly been prepared for you all along. And remember, the last truth we'll uncover is the one most chosen ones overlook. But if you stay with me until the end, you'll never see your trials the same way again. Number 1. The silence after the storm. You know that strange quiet when thunder fades, lightning stops, and the winds finally die down. At first, it feels like peace, but if you listen carefully, it almost feels too heavy, too loud, as if the world itself is holding its breath. Chosen one, this is what happens in the spirit after your season of testing ends. You've been running, surviving, fighting battles you never asked for. Every night felt like a prayer for survival, and then suddenly, it stops. But instead of relief, you feel silence, and that silence can be confusing. You ask yourself, did I fail? Did I miss something? Why does it feel so empty now? Here's the hidden truth. Silence is not absence. Silence is a signal. Think back to the classroom. During the test, the teacher doesn't explain or guide. The silence isn't punishment. It's proof that the exam has begun. And even when the test ends, the silence lingers for a moment longer. That's where you are now. The storm has ended. The test is complete. Yet heaven leaves you in the stillness for a reason. And here's where most chosen ones miss it. Silence is the womb of revelation. It's in that quiet space that the next instruction will be whispered. But only to those who don't panic. Only to those who don't run back to noise, to old habits, to familiar distractions just to feel something again. So let me ask you, how have you been handling your silence? Do you rush to fill the void? Or do you wait for the signal beneath the stillness? Think of a radio. If you spin the dial too quickly, all you hear is static. But if you pause, adjust slowly, and hold the frequency, suddenly the voice breaks through. That's how revelation comes. So what should you do in this silence? Don't fear it. Don't fight it. Lean into it. Write, pray, walk, breathe. Because silence is not abandonment. It's preparation. The quiet is soil, and in that soil, new seeds are already being planted. Chosen one, never forget this. The silence after the storm is not punishment. It's permission. Permission to rest. Permission to heal. Permission to receive a vision bigger than what you've carried before. But let me warn you, the silence is only the first shift. Because when it passes, something else begins to change. Not in the heavens above you, but in the people around you. And that shift can be even more unsettling than the quiet itself. Number 2, the shifting of relationships. After the silence, something else begins to stir. At first, it's subtle. A friend who once called daily grows quiet. A family member who used to understand you now seems distant. People who once felt like your inner circle start to fade, like shadows disappearing as the sun rises higher in the sky. And it hurts, doesn't it? Because you thought they were meant to walk with you forever. They saw your pain, they knew your struggles, and yet, when the storm ended, their role began to change. Here's the hidden truth. Not everyone who stood with you in the storm is meant to stand with you in the sunshine. Some were assigned only to your wilderness, not your promised land. They were necessary for endurance, but they cannot breathe the air of your new level. Think of climbing a mountain. At the bottom, anyone can breathe, but as you ascend, the air thins. Fewer can handle the elevation. Some will try, but they'll struggle, grow resentful, even pull you down. And if you keep carrying them, you'll suffocate too. Chosen one, this isn't betrayal, it's alignment. Heaven is removing weights you can't carry into your next season, because if you hold on too tightly, they will slow you down. And sometimes it's not about them leaving, it's about you changing. The conversations that once entertained you now feel shallow. The places you once found comfort now feel suffocating. You're not the same person who entered the storm, and old connections no longer fit your frequency. But here's where most chosen ones struggle. They confuse disconnection with rejection. They think, if someone left me, I must have done something wrong. But listen carefully. It's not rejection, it's redirection. So let me ask you, who has been drifting away in your life lately? And are you clinging to them, or are you allowing heaven to realign you? Don't beg people to stay who are already leaving. Don't water relationships meant only for one season. Bless them, release them, and walk forward with peace. Because destiny is a narrow road, and not everyone can walk through its gates with you. But here's the mystery. When some leave, others arrive. And the ones who come after the storm will feel different. They won't drain you. They'll strengthen you. They won't question your calling. They'll recognize it. They won't envy your light. They'll protect it. So pay attention. Relationship shifts aren't just about loss. They are transition. Heaven is clearing space for divine connections. People who aren't just assigned to your survival, but to your destiny. And if you thought this was hard, wait until you hear the next truth. Because after relationships shift, something even deeper rises. The return of old wounds you thought were gone forever. Number 3, the return of old wounds. It's strange, isn't it? You've survived the storm. You've embraced the silence. You've released relationships that no longer fit. And just when you think peace is finally here, something from your past rises again. A memory, a face, a dream. Pain you thought was buried suddenly surfaces, like smoke from a fire you thought was long gone. The betrayal, the heartbreak, the shame, the rejection, it all comes back. And you ask yourself, why now? Haven't I suffered enough? Chosen one, hear me clearly. This is not a setback. It's a setup for final healing. When the test ends, heaven doesn't just remove the external storm, it exposes the inner one. Old wounds resurface not to destroy you, but because they can't follow you into your next season. Think of a wound on your hand. The skin might close quickly, but if dirt remains inside, infection returns. So the doctor reopens it, cleans it, digs deeper. Painful, yes, but necessary for complete healing. That's what heaven is doing now, reopening what you've hidden so you can finally be free. And here's what changes everything. You're not the same person you were when those wounds first cut you. Back then, they broke you. But now, you've grown stronger, you have endurance, you have wisdom. This time, the wound doesn't return to shatter you. It returns so you can face it and strip it of its power. So let me ask you, what old wound has been resurfacing in your life lately? Have you been trying to bury it again? Or are you brave enough to face it head on? Because here's the hidden truth. When you confront the wound, it transforms. What was once shame becomes testimony. What once felt like weakness becomes strength. Rejection turns into authority. Failure into fuel. The return of old wounds is never about going backward. It's about going deeper. And when you finally release them, something powerful happens. Clarity, a fog begins to lift. You see with new eyes, sharper than before. But let me warn you, that clarity won't just feel like vision, it will feel like weight. And that weight is responsibility. Number 4, the gift of clarity. After the silence, after relationships shift, after old wounds resurface, something begins to change inside you. At first, it feels subtle, like fog slowly lifting at dawn. But then suddenly, everything sharpens. The signs that once confused you now feel obvious. The pieces of your story start to connect, and you whisper to yourself, "I see it now. Chosen one, this is the gift of clarity." During the storm, your vision was clouded. Pain distorts perspective. Survival mode makes you focus only on the next step, never the bigger picture. That's why nothing seemed to add up. Why people left, why doors closed, why prayers went unanswered. But after the test, heaven adjusts your vision. It's like putting on new glasses. What was blurry becomes sharp. What once looked like chaos reveals itself as alignment. You realize delays protected you, disappointments redirected you, storms prepared you. Think of a puzzle. Hold one piece in your hand and it feels random. But when the puzzle comes together, even the strangest shapes fit perfectly. That's your life right now, scattered pieces forming a picture. And clarity doesn't just change how you see the past, it opens your future. Suddenly, direction returns, guidance whispers, opportunities rise on the horizon, the fog lifts, and confidence grows where hesitation once lived. But here's the hidden truth. Clarity never comes all at once. If heaven showed you everything in a single moment, it would overwhelm you. So clarity arrives in layers, step by step, glimpse by glimpse, just enough to assure you you're on the right path, but still requiring faith. So let me ask you, what glimpses have you been seeing lately? Have you been writing them down or letting them slip away? Because clarity fades when ignored. It's like a candle in the dark. Protect the flame, or distraction will blow it out. And remember this, clarity is not just a gift, it's also a test. Once you see more clearly, heaven expects you to live more intentionally, to stop repeating old cycles, to act on what you now know. Clarity is both revelation and invitation, an invitation to live as if you truly believe what you see. But if you thought clarity was challenging, prepare yourself, because what comes next is even heavier. With clarity comes weight, and that weight is responsibility. Number 5, the weight of responsibility. Clarity doesn't just open your eyes, chosen one. It places something on your shoulders. And at first, it feels heavy, almost unfair. After storms, silence, shifting relationships, and old wounds, you might think you've earned rest. But instead, what comes is responsibility. And this is one of the hardest truths to accept. Being chosen was never about personal glory. It's not about being exalted. It's about service, stewardship. Carrying a flame greater than yourself. A fire entrusted to you not for comfort, but for transformation. Think of fire carriers in ancient times. They didn't guard the flame for themselves alone. They protected it for the tribe. Through storms, through nights of cold, through battles, the fire had to stay alive. If it died, everyone suffered. In the same way, you've been entrusted with a divine flame. It isn't meant to stay hidden. It's meant to bring light and warmth to those still in darkness. And yes, this responsibility feels heavy. You may wonder, why me? Why do I have to carry so much? But the truth is this, the storms trained you for this weight. Every betrayal built your shoulders. Every tear deepened your compassion. Every battle sharpened your discernment. You were trained in fire to carry fire. But here's something most chosen ones misunderstand. Responsibility doesn't require perfection. You don't need to have everything figured out. Responsibility simply requires willingness. Showing up when others run, saying yes when others say no. Heaven doesn't call the flawless, only the willing. Still, responsibility also demands wisdom. You can't carry every burden. Not every cry is your assignment. If you try to pour into everyone, you'll burn out. Part of responsibility is discernment, knowing your lane, guarding your energy, and focusing on what is truly yours to carry. So let me ask you, have you been saying yes to things heaven never asked you to carry? Because sometimes the weight that crushes us isn't the divine assignment, it's the extra we picked up along the way. And here's the sobering truth. With greater responsibility comes greater opposition. The enemy doesn't bother much with those who are asleep. But the moment you embrace your role as a carrier of light, you become a target. And the attacks no longer come loud and obvious. They grow subtle, disguised, hidden in plain sight. But don't be discouraged. The very weight you feel is proof that heaven trusts you. Out of billions, you were chosen to carry something eternal. And if the responsibility feels heavy, remember this: heaven never gives weight without also giving grace. You were never meant to carry it alone. So, chosen one, the next time you feel responsibility pressing on you, don't see it as punishment. See it as proof. Proof you've graduated. Proof your calling matters. Proof you are trusted. But don't think this is the end, because once responsibility settles on your shoulders, the battlefield changes. The attacks you faced in the storm won't look the same anymore. They'll become quieter, more disguised, more dangerous. Which brings us to the next hidden truth: the hidden attacks. Number 6, the hidden attacks. By now, you've walked through silence, shifting relationships, resurfaced wounds, the gift of clarity, and the weight of responsibility. And just when you begin to breathe again, you realize something unsettling. The attacks didn't stop. They only changed. During the storm, they were loud and obvious. Betrayals, disappointments, sudden setbacks, like crashing waves you couldn't miss. But now they're quieter, subtler, hidden in plain sight. Why? Because the enemy knows storms can't break you anymore. You've already proven your endurance. So now the strategy is different. The goal isn't destruction, it's distraction. Not to kill your faith outright, but to weaken it slowly. It's like fighting smoke instead of fire. You reach for it, but it slips through your fingers. And you begin to wonder, am I imagining this? Is this even real? Chosen one. These hidden attacks often come in 3 ways: distraction, small dramas, endless worries, meaningless conversations that drain your focus. Doubt, whispers creep in. Maybe I'm not really chosen. Maybe I made this up. That voice isn't yours. Discouragement. Progress feels slow. Doors close again. Weariness sets in, even though you're further than you've ever been. And here's the danger. These attacks are so subtle that many chosen ones never recognize them. They don't see that the delay is designed. The whispers are planted. The exhaustion is targeted. So let me ask you, what has been stealing your energy lately? Has it really been random, or is it a hidden attack meant to pull you off course? But here's the truth. Hidden attacks don't come to the weak. They come to those who threaten darkness. The very fact you're being targeted in secret ways is proof of your impact. So how do you fight back? Sharpen your discernment. Not every thought is yours. Ask, does this lead me closer to my purpose or away from it? Guard your energy. Not everyone deserves access to you in this season. Protect your fire. Anchor yourself daily. Prayer, gratitude, meditation. These aren't rituals. They're weapons. They keep your spirit sharp so hidden attacks lose power. Chosen one. Understand this. The enemy hides now because you've leveled up. If storms couldn't stop you, maybe a whisper of doubt will. But if you see through the disguise, you'll stand stronger than ever. And yet, this still isn't the final truth, because after hidden attacks comes the greatest revelation of all. The moment when everything, the silence, the shifts, the wounds, the clarity, the responsibility, the attacks, finally make sense. Number 7. The revelation of destiny. This is the moment everything has been leading to. Every storm, every silence, every shifting relationship, every old wound, every glimpse of clarity, every weight of responsibility. Every hidden attack, all of it was pointing you here. Chosen one, listen carefully. The test was never about proving something to heaven. It was about proving something to you. Heaven already knew your strength, your calling, your potential. The trial wasn't to reveal your identity to God. It was to reveal it to yourself. Because until you see who you are, you can't step into who you were always meant to become. And now, you see it. You see that you survived storms that should have drowned you. You carried wounds that could have destroyed you, yet you're still standing. The very things you thought were curses were actually training grounds. The fire that burned you refined you. The loneliness that isolated you positioned you. And here is the hidden truth. You weren't tested to be broken. You were tested to be crowned. Think of a blacksmith forging a sword. The metal is beaten, stretched, placed into fire, cooled, then beaten again. To an untrained eye, it looks cruel, but every strike shapes it. Every flame strengthens it. Every pressure transforms it. And when the process ends, the blade is unbreakable. That's you. Destiny isn't something waiting far ahead in the future. It has been hidden inside of you all along. The test was the key that unlocked it. Chosen one, destiny is not about titles or recognition. It's about alignment. It's where your pain meets purpose, where wounds become wisdom, where scars become stories that heal others. That is why you were chosen. And notice this, revelation doesn't come with trumpets or applause. It often comes as a quiet awareness, a whisper inside that says, "Now I know why, now I know who I am." And once you know, no storm, no rejection, no lie can take it away. But there is one more step. With revelation comes decision. Because destiny is not automatic. It's not enough to see it, you must choose it. Walk in it, live it daily, and yes, that choice will separate you. Not everyone will understand why you've changed, why you walk differently, why you refuse old cycles. But you're no longer living for their approval. You're living for alignment with the one who chose you before the foundation of the world. So let me ask you, now that the truth has been revealed, what will you do with it? Will you shrink back into old patterns, or will you rise into destiny? Chosen one, the test is over. The hidden truth has been revealed. And now, destiny is calling louder than ever. Chosen one, if you've made it here, let this sink in. You didn't stumble on this message by accident. You didn't survive storms, silence, heartbreak, shifting relationships, hidden attacks, all for nothing. Every step was shaping you. Every scar was carving wisdom. Every unanswered question was preparing you for revelation. And now, here you stand. The test is behind you, the hidden truth revealed, and your destiny is no longer a distant dream. It is here. You may not feel ready. You may still feel small at times, but readiness was never the requirement. Willingness was, and heaven has already confirmed, you are willing, you are chosen, and you are ready enough. So this is not the time to shrink back, not the time to second guess. This is the moment to rise, to walk boldly into your calling, to let your wounds speak healing, to let your presence bring light into places still covered in darkness. And if doubt whispers, remember, the test never exposed your weakness. It revealed your strength. The very fact you are here, alive and listening, is proof. Proof that destiny carries your name. So hear this. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not disqualified. You are exactly where you need to be. The test is over. The hidden truth has prepared you for the path ahead. Now, if this word spoke to your spirit, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with another chosen one who needs to be reminded they're not alone. And if you've stayed until the very end, type this in the comments right now. I am stepping into my destiny. Because when you declare it, you don't just say it, you begin to live it. And of course, if you haven't already, subscribe. Not just to support the channel, but because this is your tribe. This is your place of alignment. Here, chosen ones walk the narrow road together. And lastly, don't stop here. Your spirit is hungry for more. The next word is already waiting. So click the video that's appearing on your screen right now and keep walking deeper into the truths heaven has been holding for you. Remember this: the test is over, the truth is revealed, and now, destiny is calling louder than ever.